Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. When a corporation dictatorially decides to restrict whether its customers that had already legally purchased one of its products can continue to use the product months after purchase by requiring them to share private personal information about themselves or be denied the ability to continue using the product, yeah, you can pretty much guarantee that all of the impacted customers are going to be furious, and rightfully so. But before proceeding, I'd like to ask everyone to please like this video, please share the video on social media, please subscribe to support this channel, and please press the bell to receive notifications. Thanks! Now, as preposterous as what I said in the intro may sound, it is actually happening right now to PC gamers who had purchased the game Helldivers 2 and have been playing the game since it was released around 3 months ago. As described by this article in Bounding Into Comics that's entitled, Sony Now Requiring Helldivers 2 PC Players to Link Steam and PSN Accounts in Order to Access the Game, and Sony's excuse for doing this is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse. And do you know what my response is to that? Bullshit! This is more than likely nothing more than a scheme by Sony to collect as much personal data as possible from PC gamers by forcing them to create PSN accounts or forfeit their ability to continue playing a game that they had already purchased and been playing for months. I'd love to see a class action lawsuit filed against Sony, but let's get into this article. In a frustrating and completely unnecessary move that serves only to hurt the reputation of the fan-favorite democracy-spreading simulator, Helldivers 2, publisher Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced that following the quote-unquote fixing of apparent technical issues, PC players will now be required to link their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account in order to play the game. And I would be concerned too about suddenly being told that I had to create a PSN account, given how frequently Sony's PlayStation Network has been hacked into, with customer data being stolen. This soon-to-be implemented change to Helldivers 2 Terms of Service was first revealed to the public via a post made by Sony Interactive Entertainment to the game's official Steam and Twitter pages on May 2nd. And let's take a look at the post that went onto X, which has been viewed over 13 million times as of the time that I am recording this video. Due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. And just exactly how well did Sony actually reveal to players on Steam before purchasing that they would have to eventually create PSN accounts in order to continue playing the game? Were they actually warned before purchasing Helldivers 2 that their ability to play would be suspended if they didn't eventually create PSN accounts when the alleged technical issues were resolved? Given how many Steam players are pissed off right now, I don't believe Sony did its due diligence in notifying them before they bought the game. Because far too many players on Steam have been taken completely by surprise with this announcement. And I still think Sony just wants their personal information so that they can sell it to the highest bidder. But to justify what they're doing, Sony said in their announcement, "Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studios games." Protect people from what exactly? Is having a PSN account going to protect people from boogeymen waiting for them outside their doors? That's utterly ridiculous and part of the reason why I think Sony just wants to have more personal information from a lot of gamers that they can turn around and sell. And it's not like the PSN network is actually all that safe to begin with, given how often it gets hacked into, just like it did back in August of last year. So not even more than a year ago. That's not increasing gamer safety, it's just making them more vulnerable thanks to Sony's poor network security. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. It also shows those players that have been banned the right to appeal. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the term griefing, from the online Oxford Dictionary, in online multiplayer gaming, griefing is, quote, the action or an act of deliberately spoiling other players' enjoyment of a game by playing in a way that is intentionally disruptive and aggravating, unquote. And a definition like that would never stand up in a court of law, because if someone loses a game and they're upset, can they simply then accuse their opponents of griefing? How exactly do you prove that? If an opponent disrupts something that a player is doing during a game, that may simply be part of their strategy in winning the game. And losers who become overly upset because they lost a game might just be crybabies. I know, I've seen it for myself when I've played multiplayer video games online. But if there truly is a small number of individuals who cause problems in online games by griefing, forcing every single player to surrender their personal identifiable information to a company known for having its servers being regularly hacked to stop it is just stupid. And remember, this is just an excuse. I don't believe that Sony actually cares about crap like this. They are only after getting personal information from gamers so that they can sell it and make money off of it by treating their customers like commodities. But Sony's message goes on as follows. As of May 6th, all new Helldivers 2 players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account. Current players on Steam will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th and will be required to have linked a Steam and PlayStation Network account by June 4th. We understand that while this may be an inconvenience to some of you, this step will help us to continue to build a community that you are all proud to be a part of. Many thanks for our continued support of Helldivers 2. And my response to that is, what a load of corporate bullshit. And guess what? Gamers are pissed, and I don't blame them one bit. Many people who play games on PCs don't want to be on consoles because of privacy issues. And gamers don't have to play Helldivers 2, there are plenty of other games out there. And not surprisingly, even Helldivers 2 Media on X is reporting that the game is now being slammed with negative reviews. So congratulations to Sony, who just nuked their own game. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.